Pat Delsi has been part of the Delaware Valley broadcasting scene about as long as anyone can remember. Pat's career began in 1953 in Vineland. The following year, he joined WCAM, then a city-owned radio station in Camden, that Pat turned into a moneymaker after his appointment to the position of general manager in 1973.
I'm Pat Delsi, your musiccaster till 6, and we'll have more good music after Jed Huntley reports.
In radio's earlier days, people were allowed to freelance. Pat believes that he's freelanced at most every station in the Philadelphia market at one time or another. In 1980, the city of Camden sold WCAM to Wade Broadcasting in Philadelphia, and as soon as the deal went through, Wade Broadcasting let Pat go, despite their assurances that his job was safe. That proved to be a big mistake because over the next 1.5 years, the station lost over $2 million. Meanwhile, Pat had started his own consulting business, sharing his expertise with struggling radio stations. His old station asked Pat to return as station manager. Never wanting to work for anyone else again, Pat asked for an option to buy the station. The owners agreed, and the station, WSSJ, once again became profitable. Today, Pat serves as president of PDS Broadcasting Incorporated, management consultants for radio, TV, commercial productions, specialty programs, and syndication. Pat serves as president of the Philadelphia Press Association, representing Delaware Valley news media. And if you wonder whether any more can be squeezed into Pat's schedule, you should know that he's involved with numerous service and community organizations, receiving awards from groups such as the JCs, Kiwanis, YMCA, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, the United Way, Knights of Columbus, and the New Jersey Broadcasters Association. Pat is the past president and chairman of Broadcast Pioneers and currently serves as our treasurer.
This is Pat Delsi with our thought for today. The honeymoon is over when the dog begins to bring your slippers and your wife barks at you.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to another Dragon Report. I am Pat Delsi along with Coach Eddie Burke.
Pat has been inducted into the Drexel University Sports Hall of Fame, the New Jersey Broadcasters Hall of Fame, and our very own Hall of Fame, too. He has introduced over 1 million songs, delivered 150,000 newscasts, and done over 5,000 football, basketball, and baseball games. He also has broadcast the same amount of interviews from Milton Berle to President Ford. Pat and his wife Marge, who recently celebrated their 57th wedding anniversary, live in Haddon Heights and enjoy spending time with their 8 children and 19 grandchildren. Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia is proud to celebrate Pat Delsi as being their 2014 Person of the Year.
You know, I might have given an opportunity to some people, to Bob in particular, for one, but they had the talent and the passion to go forward and upward, and Bob has become one of the top DJs in the Philadelphia market. He has one of the top-rated shows. He has done Saturday night dance activity, his dance party, at the Adelphia Hotel, which is one of the top-rated radio shows that he broadcasts every Saturday night. So he has taken the ball and carried it forward and upward. So it's really his great talent that has made him such a success. But it does give me great pride and great joy to see that. As a matter of fact, there are many other people. I got a call from Patty Jackson. Patty Jackson, who was also one of the top-rated DJs in Philadelphia on WDAS-FM. And she, as a matter of fact, she turned 50 just a few months ago. And when she was a young girl, about maybe 18 or 19, she was at the station that I bought. When I bought the radio station, she was working in the office. And she came up to me one day and said, "Mr. Delsi, I would like to be on the air. That's my dream." I said, "Well, make a tape and give it to me, and we'll go from there." She brought me a tape. First time I listened to it, the first thing I said to her is, "You have a smile in your voice. You're going to go far." And I put her on the air. She had a show on the station at WSSJ, and today, and as I said, she went upward, and she's on TV and on radio, and literally has one of the top-rated shows in Philadelphia. And she just turned 50. And I told her, "You can't be 50. I'm 49. but she's a great person, and that's the kind of joy that gives me, to see somebody go up like that. And other people, we have other young people, young men and young women who came and started at my radio station many, many years ago, Tommy McCarthy. And we have so many of them, they're too numerous to mention, but I thank them for going, and it gives me the chance to say that I was so happy to have seen the passion and the talent that was in that person to go more and more upward and successful. At any rate, by the way, let's have a nice hand for our two co-MCs tonight, Tom and Terry. They did a great job. It has been a humbling experience. This past month, I celebrated over 61 years in this crazy and wild business. Of course, I started when I was 5, as you know. And I would like to thank all the people who are here tonight. We have a friend who came from upstate New Jersey. He is the president of the New Jersey Broadcasters Association, Paul Rotello. Paul, take a bow, please. He has been the president of the New Jersey Broadcasters Association, which serves the entire state of New Jersey and the cities of New York and Philadelphia as well, providing service to all broadcast activities. And he's done a fantastic job in the last 5 years or so. Thank you, Paul, for coming. Also, in the time that I've been in the business, I've seen many, many changes. And first off, I would like to congratulate all the honorees tonight, the people who joined the Hall of Fame, the posthumous and their families, as well as the people who are alive and were here tonight and their families. They gave us great, great activity, looking at what they've been doing over the years. And as Bud Gallo mentioned, and it was mentioned earlier, that the technician is now being recognized. Now, a lot of you have given us news and sports and weather, and we've enjoyed that. You've given us information, but also the technicians gave us the opportunity to do that. Without the technician, the engineers, the producers, the directors, there would be no radio, there would be no broadcasting on TV, there would be none of that. So we thank all of the honorees. Let's give them all a collective hand. And as I said, there have been many changes, but probably the most unusual change is in the technology. In the last 12 years, for example, when the internet came about, once the internet started, it changed this industry remarkably. For example, I was doing Drexel basketball, and I'd be coming back from a game, and on the bus or the plane, wherever we were, the players would come up to me and say, "Oh, Mr. Delsi, my parents were watching the game, and they really enjoyed it, and they wanted me to come up and tell you how much they enjoyed the game." And I knew that their parents were from Lithuania, from Belgium, from France, from London. We had about, on average, 5 or 6 international players on the team. And because of the internet, and we were streaming the broadcasts, their parents were able to watch their children, thousands of miles away. They could watch their child play college basketball. So that changed the industry, and the changes are just beginning to come along that line. I know we have a lot of students here tonight, and I'd like to just tell you that please continue your studies, but while you're studying, make sure, don't wait till graduation, make sure you try to get involved with radio stations or TV stations or the cable or the websites. There are so many more positions today in front of and behind the camera and microphones that you can get involved in so many ways, but do it while you're in your academic fulfillment studies. Don't wait till graduation to knock on somebody's door and say, "I'd like to be hired." Do it before you graduate, so that when you do knock on that door, you'll have had the opportunity to polish your apple, to make it more presentable, and your delivery system will be much better. At any rate, I would like to thank all of you for coming. This honor is humbling in so many ways. It's so weird to be given an honor like this for doing something that you love to do. I never worked a day in my life. My days to going to wherever I was, a radio station or TV station, was just a joy, something I looked forward to every day. And if you can do something like that, work in a field that you love and be paid and earn a living, then you are truly blessed. And I think I am blessed, and I thank God for that. I would like to mention that I've produced many shows over the years, and all sports events, all kinds of programs, special programs. We had an opportunity to go to Tokyo, Japan with a friend of mine, a colleague that I've been friends with for 40 years, and we've done many, many broadcasts together. I'd like to introduce a well-known broadcaster and Phillies broadcaster at the public address announcing, Mr. Dan Bigger. Give him a hand, please. He and his lovely wife, Kathy, are here tonight. Thank you, Dan, for coming. He and I went to Tokyo, Japan. We did a football game. It was between Temple University and Boston College. But the unique part of it was that it was held in Tokyo at Korakuen Stadium. And somebody had to go do the broadcast, and we went there. We're there for a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact, as they did preparations for the game. And then we broadcast it live to the Philadelphia market, which was unique. As a matter of fact, it was a record then, and I think it still stands. It was the only local station originating a broadcast from outside of this continent. And so that was a pleasure to do, an enjoyment for us to do, and we did Temple football for over a decade. We did Big Five basketball for years and years. As a matter of fact, I think Dan and I have the record for having done the most Big Five basketball games together than any other broadcast team in the Philadelphia market. But he's just a great guy for doing that. And I also had the pleasure and the privilege to broadcast from China. And again, it was the only local radio, networks do it all the time from all over the world, but it was the only local radio station to broadcast from outside of this continent. We have a great opportunity to have done this, and I thank the good Lord for letting me have that chance, that opportunity. I've co-produced many, many broadcasts, but my greatest production, in essence, was with my co-producer, my wife, Margie. Please stand, Marge. Stay standing. Stay standing. The light of my life, my wife, for 57 years, and we have a few more to go. And of course, as a result of her and I getting together, we have my daughter, Eileen. Please stand, Eileen. And my daughter, Diane, and her husband, Greg. And my son, Dean, and his wife, beautiful Margaret. And then my son, Mark, and his wife, Carol. Carol's right here, and Mark's right here. And my son, Frank, and his wife, Kim. Is that the bathroom? Okay. Okay. And then my son, Paul, and his wife, Joanne. And my son, Glenn, and his wife, Beth. That's our legacy, and I thank the good man upstairs for that. They gave us so much joy, including the 19 grandchildren they gave us, which we are having a lot of fun with. Of course, they also got me audited by the IRS. Years and years ago, I got a letter from the IRS ordering me to go in for an audit, and I couldn't understand why. And when I went in, had the meeting with the agent, and they didn't believe that we could have 10 children in 12 years. there was something wrong as far as they were concerned. Something was not right. And the flag went up on the computer saying, this couple is saying they have dependents, they have had 10 children in less than a 12-year span. They ordered me to come back the next week, but I had to come back and bring the birth certificates for each and every one of the kids before and even then, I don't know if they believed me completely, but there was the proof and they couldn't challenge me after that. But listen, this thing has been wonderful tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being part of the Broadcast Pioneers activity. We are able to give so much to the students who want to be in broadcasting. And I know if you have the passion and the persistence, you'll have the talent grow and go and make you successful. Thank you very much. I wish you all a great evening. Thank you.